when he did, it landed, and it landed with purpose. So Nonito Donaire has nothing to be ashamed of. Aside from that, honestly, I'll tell you guys what I actually got most excited about watching tonight. Obviously, I was excited to watch Pacquiao. He's one of my favorite fighters. I love watching him. And the Shaming fight was whatever. And this Magdaleno Donaire fight was cool. But the Oscar Valdez fight, that was the highlight of this card to me. Wow, Oscar Valdez. Now, I've seen highlights of Oscar Valdez. I studied a couple of his fights just so I could know a little bit about him before this fight. But I never really watched a full fight, live before of him. And so this is my first chance to really get to watch him and break him down and assess him. And I got to tell you guys, I've heard many great things about him. I can see why now. This guy, Oscar Valdez, has a chance to be a very, very, very good fighter. We have a guy here, Oscar Valdez, who has a very good amateur pedigree. But with that pedigree, he has this mean streak in the ring, and he's Mexican as well. So he kind of takes the Mexican style, but he still blends it with having a good, solid, boxing skills and amateur skills. And you have a complete fighter, man. I think he has a chance to do some serious damage in his weight class against the likes of, Leo Santa Cruz, Carl Fran, and guys of that nature. They're out there for him. He fought Osawa tonight, the Japanese fighter, and Osawa's, I know A-class fighter, nothing like that, but he's still a good, solid fighter. And Osawa was very tough, took a lot of hard shots. Gay was able to give him some good competitive rounds. And I think this is one of those fights when you're a prospect and you're coming up, or you're a young fighter and you're coming up and you have a title, what you're looking for is obviously he's a better fighter than Osawa. But what you're really looking for is Oscar Valdez crafty enough? Is he good enough to finish? Can he finish this good, crafty, solid fighter in Osawa? And he showed that he could. He showed a lot of just aggression, a lot of just dog in him. And I like Valdez a lot. He's somebody that I'm gonna be very excited to continue watching. I see why he gets a lot of the hype that he gets now. Yeah, man, Valdez is the truth. I like a lot of what I saw tonight. My only criticism of his fighting style would simply be that he maintains, and Timothy Bradley alluded to this, he maintains the same rhythm. He'll throw maybe one or three hard shots, but he's not mixing it up. Any of you guys who have ever boxed before know, that once you get when you fight somebody, if they maintain the same rhythm, you can kind of begin to figure out their tendencies. So the challenge for Valdez will be to mix up maybe the speed of his punches, the rhythm of his punches, because once he gets up to those higher ranks, when he fights better fighters, they can pick up on these things and they can exploit that and they can use it to outbox him, beat him, maybe even catch him with a hard shot. So his challenge for him would be just to work on that rhythm. But aside from that, the dude can fight, man. The dude's got great power, good boxing skills, defensively responsible. He doesn't trade his defense for offense, picks his shots very well. I like Valdez. I think if you're a boxing fan, if you're someone who's looking for that next pound for pound level type of star, Valdez has it written all over him. If you can't see it now, I don't know when you're going to see it. The dude can fight. So that was probably, to me, the highlight of this card, the Valdez-Osawa fight, just because Valdez showed that he received. So I got to give a lot of credit to him, finishing a good fighter like that. Because Osawa has fought overseas, but Osawa's been stopping dudes left and right. And he obviously was very confident. He didn't stop anybody really good, but still a confident fighter, still someone that can give you competitive rounds as he did. And he showed the ability to finish him. So shout out to Oscar Valdez, and shout out to Top Rank Boxing and Bob Arum, for putting on a good card. Wasn't the best card, but it sure as hell wasn't the worst card of 2016. I'll say that much. So